What's up, everyone? Cheddar here, back with another video. I know sometimes I go away for a while and then just come back like a phantom, but sometimes I just gotta operate that way. So thank you for uh, being patient with me and for joining me for another video. So this is a video review of the movie Longlegs. Longlegs is a new movie that's out in the year 2024. I'm not sure what year you're watching this in, but right now it's 2024. In 2024, this movie called Longlegs came out, and I watched it, and this is a review. So it's pretty good. It's Longlegs is I would describe it as a crime horror movie. Uh, it's very similar to movies like Seven or Silence of the Lambs. It is primarily focused around a crime, but it has strong horror elements. It's a scary movie. It's a horror movie, but it's also a crime movie. It's a little bit of both. It's 50-50, you know. So kind of like how a coin is half heads and half tails, this is just like that. Half horror, half crime. And they complement each other pretty well. The amazing part of the movie is the feel of the movie, because the movie has just a very bleak and dreadful tone, and it just invokes this sense of paranoia and worry. You always feel like something's about to happen. There's always a sense of something's about to happen. Uh, this paired with the shots, the way that the movie is framed, is really cool because the shots are meticulously and specifically framed so that you look around. You're always looking for something. You're sort of playing detective. You're looking for answers. Many times as you're watching the movie, you're confident that you're going to see a scary face or something in the background, so you're always looking for something. And just like the main character is a detective trying to solve a crime, you're also looking for clues too. And sometimes the movie just does a great job of giving you the space to sort of feel like you're playing detective too. And it always has this evil look and feel to it. It always looks like the character is just surrounded by evilness and is trying to make sense of it, navigate actually what's going on here, because there's something clearly sinister afoot, and it's sort of looming all around. It's present, it's there, but it's in the background. It's not present. It's in the details. You know, the devil's in the details. It's very much like that, but the details are sort of everywhere. So it's just really cool how the movie takes advantage of being a crime horror movie. It pairs it with this super bleak tone, this sense of dread, and you're always just left feeling like something's going to happen. There's always this build up. And I can kind of go on and on about how the shots, the unsettling shots, just play with your eyes and play with your brain and bring you into the movie. And that's the strongest point of the movie. So if you're a fan of good cinematography, of wanting to be immersed into a movie, this movie is really good with that. It will pull you in. It really shows you that world, and in the darkest way. So that's my favorite part of the movie. Now, for non-spoiler dislikes, what can I talk about the movie without spoiling anything? I'm still in non-spoiler territory. I should have clarified that earlier. So non-spoiler dislikes. I think the movie, I was just left wanting to be more scared. I didn't think the movie was all that scary, even though it is a scary movie. It's got some creepy stuff in it. I wasn't left. When you're watching a scary movie, you want to walk away, or you're sort of expecting to walk away with that trauma, like, oh man, I can't believe what I just saw. And I never got that feeling with this. It's just in terms of the horror, I feel like I've seen it before, but it's effective. It is good. I just think so. Sorry, spoiler dislikes. the movie should have gone harder on the scares. I wasn't left particularly scared, although it is creepy throughout. So I just wish it delivered harder on the scares, and I was left wanting more from the scares. Okay, so to score the movie, I would I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a B plus. That's where I'd put it. It's like I said, it's effective, but overall unprofound. I've seen some of this before. I felt some of this before. I wasn't left traumatized. There was no big or unique takeaway. There's no new message, and I'm not saying movies necessarily have to be with that, but I wasn't left shaken, and it didn't rock my world, like other movies have, and so, but it was effective. It was still good, and I loved watching it. So 8 out of 10, good movie. Do I recommend it? Yes, go check it out. It's worth seeing. It's worth renting. It's worth seeing in the movies if you have the chance in the theaters. It's worth renting. It's worth owning. It's a good movie. So it's the director, who I'm late mentioning, is Oz Perkins, and I've seen one of his other movies. I do want to check out more of his movies also. So maybe I will do a filmography ranking on those movies. So 8 out of 10. Do recommend. Go watch LongLegs. It's a good movie. After this point, I'm going to do a spoiler talk, which will be a surface level, in-depth talk, because I'm going to talk about the greater details, but I'm not going to talk super at length about it. Okay, I'm just going to mention the parts, the preferences that I didn't like, and that's all spoilers. So anyway, this is the end of the non-spoilers. I do recommend the movie. 8 out of 10. LongLegs. It's a good movie. Go watch it. So that's that. Okay, and now we're into the spoiler discussion section of the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it first. None of this is going to make any sense, and it will ruin the movie. Unless you don't care about the movie, then I guess you can listen to this part. That's fine too. Well, let me start with the things I didn't like, or what brought it down. Just these are mostly preferential. This is what would have made it work more for me. But my biggest problem was that I didn't think LongLegs, the villain, I'm talking Nicolas Cage here, the old man, I didn't think he was that scary. He was scary when he wasn't being shown, similar to the Jaws effect. When he wasn't being shown, when it was implying anything with him, he was pretty creepy. When it revealed him, the makeup is creepy, but anytime it came for LongLegs to shine, he just did his rock star singing, and I just kind of rolled my eyes at that. It didn't work for me. It wasn't the scariest part of the movie. It wasn't that scary. It sort of ruined the momentum for me. So I would have preferred, when it came time to showcase LongLegs, I would have preferred that he did a different dance, so to say. I would have preferred he didn't just sing like a rock star. I think that was the time when he took the stage to really show him do something super creepy. That was the moment to... You had one or two moments in the movie that you could have shocked the audience, and he could have done something super creepy. What is that? That I'm not the person to give you the answer. I didn't write the movie. It could have been supernatural. It could have been non-supernatural. He could have just been bleeding out the eyes. But let me go to a scene I particularly didn't really like. That it might be my least favorite scene in the movie, but it's when he's being interrogated at when LongLegs is being interrogated at the police station by the main character police officer, and after he goes on his rant or discussion, he bangs his face against the table, and that's when characters die that way in any movie or show. It just takes me completely out of it. I don't like that death. I don't like when a character falls and hits their head on a desk and then they die, or when they bang their face on a table and they die. It just, I don't know what it is, but that just never, ever, ever works for me. It just feels like the most, in the writer sense, I need the character to die kind of point. And there's, I feel like there could have been something scary, a scarier way for Longlegs to die. So the other part of the movie that was slightly disappointing was I wanted the murders to lead up to something. As you're unraveling the murder mystery, you're following all these murders and piecing together the case, and it all seems for nothing, because it is revealed, this is heavy spoiler, so it is revealed that all the murders are happening because Satan is working with Longlegs, the old man, who is manipulating the main character's mom to axe murder the families. But the murders never culminate or serve any purpose. They're not to summon Satan. It doesn't seem like Satan gets anything out of it. It just seems like the plot is to commit random murders. And is it just for Satan's sake? I mean, it is still creepy. I mean, axe murders are a freaky thing, so yeah, it's scary, but I was just left wanting to know, why is this even happening? What is Satan's goal? Why is he doing this? Does he get a summon? Is this how he gets to Earth? Do these families need to die to complete some ritual? But that part's not really addressed. It is also not important to the movie. I would say that's a very background fact. The important part of the movie thematically is the main character's connection with her mom and trying to make sense of her life, along with dealing with some of the trauma with that. So I get that it's not the main theme. I was just left wanting to know, why are the murders even happening? What does Satan even get out of this? Because it just seems like he wanted random people to die, which, I mean, mind you, that might be a very Satan thing to will upon the world, but why was it even happening? And I'm jumping to a different movie here, but Hereditary, everything builds up in that movie. And Hereditary, I'm not trying to assert Hereditary is a better movie. I'm just trying to give an example of what I wanted out of the murders, or what I was looking for. In Hereditary, the movie builds up to the ritual at the end. You can piece together really the facts along the movie. Everything that you see is to culminate, to lead up to the ritual at the end, which is to summon the demon Payment or Paimon. It leads to something, A to B to C, and in this it just felt like A to B. There wasn't any goal, overall goal, other than just for the families to die. And if it was, maybe I missed it, but it was not very clearly explained, if so. But those are the two preferential things that it just left me wanting more out of the movie. So that's why it didn't work as well for me. Now, what did work so well, what did I love about the movie, is the movie looks awesome. The movie, I was just pretty enthralled just about every frame. Even the scenes I didn't like, the movie looks so cool that I was engaged even at the weaker points of the story. So that's why I like to call the movie effective, because even at points where in the story I was a little checked out or wanting more, just still waiting, the movie looks so awesome. It looks so awesome that it will just carry you along the ride. It's a great ride for that, for just a scenic route. It's the movie is awesome for that. Also, I do love all of the evil shots of Satan. Anytime it shows Satan or satanic imagery, those are the coolest shots. They're the most evil looking, and those are the holy shit shots. So those are cool. Definitely loved those shots. if I had to pick a favorite scene in the movie, I always like looking for a favorite scene. This won't make any sense if you haven't seen it, but there's a scene towards the end where the mother has blood on her hands, and it shows a medium shot of her, and it's an upward shot, and throughout the movie there's the reference of the Hydra. She has blood all over her hands. She goes like this, and you hear the voiceover say, "Hail Satan." And it was so evil. It was just iconic looking. It was so like that was the coolest shot for me. That was my favorite shot of the movie, and that's the scene or the shot that I take away from the movie. That's always what will stick with me. What I'll remember is that shot, the mom saying or thinking "Hail Satan" with the blood all over her hands while she spoke about the biblical Hydra before. So she became the Hydra in that sense. So those are my favorite parts. So this is that's the end of the spoiler discussion. What was your favorite scene or least favorite scene? Did you have any preferences? Do you think the movie could have worked better for you, or did you like it more than me? If you want to leave a comment, that's cool. I try to respond to that stuff. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. I hope everything is going well for you. Take care, and take care of yourself. Take care of the people around you. And I hope life goes well for you. Thank you again. Goodbye.